In this dataset, one of the gauges is slightly loose, but the data is still relatively okay, so we don't need to do anything. I changed filter point to 2 and it looks smooth. I reanalyzed the case plot. Now the contractor paused pi driving to readjust the hammer so that it's center on the pi, because they detected that it's not quite center on the pi, so they recenter the hammer. So when I hover the mouse on the graph, the legend is supposed to blink, but the legend did not blink. That means I lost the connection with Lewis. Now when I'm hovering the mouse on the graph, the legend changes. That means I have connections with Lewis. So sensor is still slightly loose. And we stop pi driving here because one of the homeowner near the site complains about the vibrations, even though a separate consultant is doing vibration monitorings, and the reading is in the safe level. The geophone reading is in the safe level, which means that the house is theoretically the house is will be able to tolerate that vibration without any problem. So it's just sometimes it's just the feeling of the homeowner that they felt not safe, and they would complain. I lost connections with Louis for quite a long time here. And when I returned back, so here he already have 50 blows, and I noticed that the toe reflection is not at the right location, so stop. I go way back to the beginnings and I do the wave speed auto detect, because you're supposed to do the wave speed auto detect in the beginning of the drive when the resistance is minimal. Now resuming, we stop pi 2 and we go to pi 1. Oh, on pi 1 of the gauge is extremely loose. Gauge number 2, we need to stop right away because it's extremely loose. Stop. So we don't know if the bending is bad or not, because when one of the gauge is extremely loose, the signal there is incorrect. So the signal on F2 is incorrect. So we really don't know if the bending ratio is 2 or not. So I will attempt to turn off F2 to see how the data looks like. If the data is totally junk, the program will automatically turn off one of the app, but it will also stop the drive and jump straight to the balance check screen. But if the data is not too bad, totally junk, then the program will not turn any strain gauge off, because the ASTM requirement is you have to have 2. So I turn off manually one of the strain gauge, and the data looks pretty decent actually. Now, again, it's not allowed to have only one strain gauge. I just turn off one manually to see if the wave speed is at the right value. And looks like the wave speed is relatively okay. Now, based on this, you can say that the bending is minimal. That's why when you turn off one of the F, the data looks decent, just because the bending is pretty minimal for these blows here. So Louis is going to retighten gauge number 2, and after that we will resume. I'm using the wheel on the top of the mouse to scroll back and forth to view the previous blows. So if your mouse has a wheel on the top of the mouse, it's very convenient to go to different blows just by scrolling on that wheel. It will go to different blows. And note that the LP would be corresponding to that blow. And that was the reasons earlier on the previous pi, Louis didn't pay attention to the current blows that he's viewing, and he entered on the wrong LP because that was the previous blow, not the last blow that he was entering the LP on. So he misunderstood. Now Louis is a technician. He's not a pi driving tester. He's just a technician that's helping us in the field. So when resume pi driving, it looks good. I lost connection with Louis' computer for a few moments there, but all looks good. We earlier turned off the computer, so now when we turn it back on, we need to reconnect the Wi-Fi for the GPC box and then open to append the existing pie. That way we can continue with this existing pie